Keloğlan was a very mischievous boy, but his heart was made of gold. He lived in a small village nestled among the hills. Everyone knew him for his bright smile and mischievous pranks. Cankız, with her rosy cheeks and gentle heart, was known for her kindness. She loved animals and helped anyone in need. They were best friends, always ready for an adventure. The sun rose gently over the hills, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. Keloğlan stretched lazily in his bed and gave a big yawn. The smell of freshly baked bread wafted from his mother's kitchen. Eager to start the day, he jumped out of bed. As he stepped out of his house, he saw Cankız running towards him, a worried look on her face. Her anxiety was clear.
Keloğlan! Keloğlan! The baker's lamb, Layla, is missing!
Keloğlan's cheerful demeanor vanished instantly. He knew how much Layla meant to the kind baker and his wife. They loved her like their own child. Cankız pointed to a parchment tied to a nearby tree.
Look, there's a note.
Keloğlan carefully untied the note and read it aloud.
The lamb is safe. If you want to see her again, bring a basket of treats to the Whispering Woods before sunset.
The note was unsigned, which made the situation even more unsettling.
Let's run to the baker's house without wasting any time, Cankız. We need to gather everyone and make sure we have all the information we can get. Time is of the essence and every second counts. The more people we have with us, the better our chances of finding Layla.
We need to tell him about Layla's disappearance and the strange note. The note was cryptic, filled with symbols and words that didn't make much sense. But maybe the baker, with his wisdom and experience, can decipher it. We need all the help we can get.
My face is etched with worry. The thought of Layla being lost in the Whispering Woods is terrifying. Every moment she spends alone out there is an eternity. We must act swiftly and decisively. Let me quickly prepare a basket filled with our most delicious pastries. Here, take this, Keloğlan. These pastries may be more than just food. They could be a way to keep our spirits up during the search, a small comfort in these trying times.
With heavy hearts, let's set off towards the Whispering Woods. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but we must be brave. Layla's life may depend on it. Every step we take brings us closer to the unknown, but also closer to finding her. Our minds are filled with questions. What could have happened to Layla? Why did she go into the woods? And what does this strange note mean? We must stay focused and work together to find the answers.
The Whispering Woods is known for its tall, shadowy trees that whisper secrets in the wind. The trees seem to have a life of their own, with their branches swaying and creaking, as if trying to communicate with us. It's both mesmerizing and unsettling. It's an eerie and mysterious place. The fog that settles in at twilight adds to the sense of foreboding. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig makes our hearts race. We must stay vigilant and not let fear consume us.
And neither of us has ever dared to venture inside before. The stories we've heard about the woods are enough to keep anyone away. But today we have no choice. We must face our fears and step into the unknown. The setting sun casts long shadows, making the woods appear even more eerie. As the light fades, the shadows lengthen and become more menacing. We must hurry, for darkness will only make our search more difficult.
As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew denser, blocking out the last rays of sunlight. The air grew still and heavy with the scent of damp earth and the unknown.
I'm cold, Keloğlan. Hold my arm.
They walked quietly, their eyes searching for any sign of Layla. Suddenly, a faint sound reached their ears.
Wait, did you hear that? A soft bleating sound coming from somewhere deep within the woods. Layla!
Cankız whispered, her eyes widening with hope. They followed the sound until they reached a dark, moss-covered cave hidden behind a curtain of vines. Quick thinking, Keloğlan came up with a plan. He was always the clever one in the village, the one who found solutions to problems that baffled others. He whispered to Cankız, who nodded in agreement. They needed to act quickly and carefully for their plan to work.
I'll take the basket of treats and leave it at the cave entrance. The delicious smell should lure whoever is inside. Then let's hide behind that large tree. We need to be invisible, but close enough to see what happens.
They didn't have to wait long. Crouched behind the tree, their hearts pounding, the anticipation was almost unbearable. A small shadowy figure emerged from the cave, its eyes fixated on the basket of treats. It moved cautiously, as if expecting a trap. It was a young boy, no older than Keloğlan, his clothes torn and dirty. He looked as if he had been living in the cave for some time. He looked around anxiously before grabbing the basket and scurrying back into the cave. The plan was working perfectly.
This is our chance. Let's run into the cave. We have to be quick and quiet.
Inside, they found Layla tied to a stalagmite. She looked tired but relieved to see them. The young boy was sitting on the ground, happily munching on a pastry, his face covered in crumbs. It was a joyful reunion, and they knew they had succeeded.
Know you've been a good friend.
Keloğlan and Cankız quickly untied Layla and hugged her lovingly. Relieved to have found her safe and sound, their hearts were filled with gratitude. The bond they shared with Layla was more than just that of caretakers and their lamb. It was a deep, unspoken connection that had grown over time. Startled by their appearance, the young boy dropped his pastry and stared at them with fear in his eyes. His clothes were ragged, and his face was smudged with dirt. A silent story of hardship and struggle. He had been wandering in the woods for days, lost and hungry, with no one to turn to.
Don't be afraid. We're here to help you. With a kind smile, Keloğlan approached the boy. He extended his hand, offering a sense of comfort and safety. The boy hesitated for a moment, but the genuine kindness in Keloğlan's eyes put him at ease.
It turned out the boy was alone and hungry, and he had taken Layla in exchange for some food. Desperation had driven him to do something he knew was wrong, but he saw no other way to survive. The forest had become his only refuge, but also a place of fear and uncertainty. He was deeply remorseful for his actions and promised never to do anything like that again. Tears welled up in his eyes as he realized the gravity of his mistake. He had learned a valuable lesson about honesty and the importance of seeking help instead of resorting to desperate measures.
We understand that you've learned your lesson. His remorse was genuine, and his promise to change was heartfelt. We could see the sincerity in his eyes, and we knew this experience had left a lasting impact on him. Let's not tell anyone about his mistake. There was no need to shame him further. Instead, we decided to keep this incident between us, understanding that everyone deserves a second chance.
They shared the remaining treats with him and helped him return to the village. The boy's eyes lit up with gratitude as he accepted the food, a glimmer of hope flickering within him for the first time in days. The villagers welcomed him with open arms, offering him a place to stay and a chance to start anew. As they walked back home, Layla nestled comfortably in Cankız's arms. They realized that even though the Whispering Woods seemed like a scary place, it had taught them valuable lessons about kindness, forgiveness, and the importance of helping those in need. The forest, with all its mysteries and challenges, had brought them closer together and strengthened their bond.
And so, our adventure in the Whispering Woods became a story we would tell for years to come. A story about courage, compassion, and the power of friendship. Each time we told it, we remembered the lessons we learned and the strength we found in each other.
A reminder that even in the darkest of places, a little bit of kindness can shine through. The Whispering Woods, with its shadows and secrets, had shown us that light can be found in the most unexpected places, and that kindness has the power to change lives. Don't forget to like our story, little ones, and subscribe to my channel for more. Goodbye and stay sweet.